A fallout from the past 2 months of business closures and unemployment means that the legislature will need to completely revamp the budget for next year when they are able to reconvene in June. Elias Johnson takes a look now at what they will have to consider.
Putting the 2020 session on hold was good for lawmakers to ensure safety. It's also going to help give them time to figure out how to weather the economic storm the COVID-19 pandemic has created. The Legislative Services Agency saying they currently don't have the sufficient data available to adequately determine the impact from the economic slowdown we're in the midst of on our state's $8.2 billion budget. The governor has asked the Revenue Estimating Conference to meet sometime before the reconvening of the legislature, which will happen June 3rd, to help give their official projection that they'll be working off of. Here's what we do know. More than $2.5 billion has been received by our state from the federal government, and that was through 4 rounds of emergency stimulus. We also know total tax revenue into the general fund March 19th through May 5th is down over $400 million. That's a 36% drop. Casinos are still closed, and so far $39 million has been lost. Basically, that's $6 million a week when gamblers can't place wagers.
We're working on our budget and starting to go over the numbers, and I think LSA, if you read the entire report, said a lot of that was attributed to the deferred tax payments that were due in April that have been deferred until July. And so it's hard to tell exactly at this point what the overall impact of COVID-19 will have on the state budget.
State income tax and sales tax make up the majority of revenue into the general fund. Some good news heading into some tough decisions that lay ahead is the state does have substantial cash revenues, roughly $800 million. But looking at neighboring states who have already finalized their projected adjustments for next year, Illinois, Kansas, Minnesota, all looking at revenue shortfalls anywhere from $1 to $4 billion. We'll keep you updated on when projections are finalized and the decisions that will have to be made to balance our budget for next year. In studio, Elias Johnson, Local 5 News. We are Iowa.